Hello, welcome. I see we've already got someone here. Thanks for being here. We'll start in just a moment. Okay, it's 6 o'clock, so we'll get started. If this is your first time watching this Sunday night Yoga with Preston class, thank you for joining. This week I'm here in Chicago with my dear friend Joe and her boyfriend Jimmy at their place. Thank you so much to both Joe and Jimmy for hosting me. These Sunday night classes, we focus on centering ourselves for the week ahead. And we start slow. We bring up our heart rate just a bit so that we can then relax even further. So if you have pillows around or blankets, those can always be handy towards the end of class. And we are going to begin on either a block or sitting on a pillow. So find something to sit on. Lifting your hips up makes it easier to stretch, or really easier just to sit. It allows our hips to open up. It allows us to more easily sit upright. Once you come to your seat, 3 easy steps towards finding a quick meditative state and dropping in. First, find your seat. So find a comfortable seated position. Either you're crossed at the ankles or you bring one heel in towards your pelvis and the other in front, shoulders over your hips. Second, find stillness. Third, find your focus. As we get started, let that focus be your breath. Beginning by letting your breath flow naturally. As we just check in on the quality of our breath, where we're at in this moment. And at your pace, on your next exhale, breathe everything out through your mouth. Replace that air by breathing in through the nose. And again, everything out through the mouth. In through your nose. Deep breath out through the mouth. 2 more, just like that. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through your mouth. Clearing yourself of any stale energy. Now breathe at your own pace. Either utilizing this in through the nose, out through the mouth breath, or your Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi, bring in through the nose and out through the nose, with a slight constriction at the throat. We'll now take a quick moment in silence before we begin our asana practice. more often that we sit to meditate, the quicker we can drop in. Today, I'd like us to practice around the idea of grounding and feeling the sensation of connecting to the ground below us. Perhaps the term grounding brings up something for you. It's this term that we throw around easily in yoga, that perhaps some of us are more or less actually familiar with. I was offered this week the idea, the visualization that I'd like to share with you for grounding in that when you sit on your block or on your pillow, to visualize a chain with a bowling ball attached to your seat, and the feeling of dropping that bowling ball into the ocean, letting it pull you down, pull you closer to the center of the earth, and to the sensation of grounding. Shoulders are back, chest is high. We sit tall in these moments. As you're ready, you can allow your chin to drop towards your chest, stretching the back of your neck. And on an inhale, bring your chin high, your head back. Holding here for a couple breaths, allowing your chin to come higher with each breath. Inhaling, head back to center. And exhaling to let the chin come towards the chest. We'll now do a few neck rolls. So following your breath, bringing your right ear to your right shoulder. And then bringing it back of your head towards your back, chin high. And then your left ear over towards your left shoulder. Chin back towards chest. Inhale as you bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Exhale to let your ear drop towards your shoulder. Inhale to the back, chin high. Exhale, let your head drop further back. Shoulders remain still throughout. Inhale to the left, ear towards left shoulder. And exhale, let your ear drop towards your shoulder. Again, now inhaling, chin towards chest. And exhale, let your chin drop. We'll move in the opposite direction now. One round, gently, just flowing around, following your breath. Meeting back with our chin towards our chest. And just as we did on the other side, now allow your breath to guide you on an inhale, your left ear towards your left shoulder. Exhale to allow your ear drop to the shoulder. Inhale as your chin comes high towards the ceiling or the sky, allowing your head to fall back as you exhale. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, let it drop. Completing the circle by inhaling as your chin comes towards your chest. Exhale to let it drop. Head comes back up to neutral on an inhale. Exhale, root down. As you inhale, lift your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, let them drop. Again, inhaling slowly, lifting your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, let them drop. Now circle your shoulders forward and back. And then the opposite direction towards the back and then forward. As you're ready, you can remove your prop from below you. Come to tabletop position. Tabletop position is on all fours. So we have our joints stacked, our shoulders over our elbows, over our wrists, our hips over our knees. And the second thing that we do in tabletop is we check in with how spread our fingers are and spread them a bit wider. On an exhale, arch your back and come to cat pose. Then as you inhale, bring your chest forward and your shoulders back for cow pose. Head comes high. And exhale back to cat, pressing into your hands, arching your back, looking back towards your belly button. Slight pause. Inhale forward for cow. Exhale back to cat. And in yoga, we want to move at our rhythm. So continue this. 3 more rounds, 3 more of each. Moving at your pace. We'll meet back in tabletop after your 3rd round. Find strength in this tabletop position here. Become strong. Let's quickly stretch our wrists by taking this tabletop position and turning our fingers back towards us. Remember, in yoga, nothing should ever hurt. Notice the difference between pain and discomfort as you bring your fingers back towards you. Check in again that our joints are stacked. This doesn't feel right for your body. You're welcome to hang out in tabletop. Then allow your hips to slightly come back and forward, riding your breath. Very important that we stretch out our wrists. Sometimes we forget to. Back to regular tabletop, neutral tabletop. 1 full breath here. And as you inhale, press into your left hand to bring your right up, following your inhale up. And as you exhale, bring your hand right back down. Again, just like that, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, hand lowers down. And as you inhale, this time bring it up. And exhale, thread the needle, bringing your hand between your left wrist and your left knee. Your right shoulder comes down to the mat. The right side of your head comes down to the mat. Feel yourself grounding down through all points of contact. Feel the connection to the ground below you. Press into your left hand slightly to give yourself a twist at the top of your back here. Couple more rounds of breath. As you're ready, on an inhale, you'll press into your left hand and bring your right hand right back up. Let it stay there for the exhale as you do a couple circles of your wrist, each direction. Inhale to again stretch the wrist high, and exhale, let it come back down. One full round of breath here in tabletop. And on an inhale, you'll press into your right hand and bring your left up, riding the breath and riding it back down. Once you get there, inhale, bring it right back up. Spreading wide across the chest. Exhale, ride it down. Inhale, ride it right back up. And thread the needle, bringing your hand between your right wrist and your right knee. Left shoulder comes down to the mat. Left side of your head comes down to the mat. Your right hand is directly in front of your face. Feel the connection to the ground below you via your hand, your head, your shoulder, your knees, and your feet. And just like we did on the other side, press into your right hand a little bit, which should bring up your right shoulder, giving you an upper back twist. As you're ready, on an inhale, you'll press into your right hand and bring your left up. Hang out there for a moment as we circle out the wrist. Inhale, just stretch a bit higher. And exhale, bring it down. Bring your knees together and come back onto your toes for toes pose. We won't be here long. Just as important as our wrists are our toes. So lift up, coming onto all your toes, and then allow your knees to come back down. Sometimes our little toes need help. Give them a hand. Allow your hips to lower down towards your knees. Your center of gravity comes down. If you'd like to bring your hands together at your chest, that's wonderful. If you'd like to bring them down at your sides, that's great. This becomes uncomfortable pretty quickly for folks. I ask that once you become uncomfortable in this pose, you take 2 more breaths. And we'll meet back in tabletop position as you're ready. Toes, again, flip under as your knees rise slightly. Inhale here. And as you're ready, on your exhale, straighten your legs for downward facing dog. Perhaps you bring your hands, one handprint further up towards the top of your mat. This may be your first downward dog of the day. Maybe it's the first one in a while. So allow your knees to be bent here if so. What's much more important in downward facing dog is that we have a flat back than we have straight legs. Wherever you're at, pedal out your legs. So as you exhale, bring one heel down to the mat. Inhale to bend both. Exhale to lower the other. One more of that. So inhale back up to bend. Exhale your heel down. Bend at both knees as you inhale. And exhale the other. Downward facing dog. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet at the back of your mat. Coming to ragdoll position. First, we check in that our feet are about hip width distance apart. You can do that by measuring 2 fists between your feet. Find a big bend at your knees and the connection of your torso to your thighs, and then allow your head to hang heavy. If you'd like to, add in an arm variation of grabbing for opposite elbow, or perhaps bringing your hands to your sacrum. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And allow yourself to drop down further with each breath. If you took an arm variation, you may release that. And if you typically stand with your toes together, bring them together, slight gap of the heel. You're always welcome to keep your feet at hip width distance if you know that's more right for your body. Inhale to a forward fold with your legs straight. Exhale to bend. Inhale to a half lift. Bring your hands to your shins or your thighs with the flat back. Exhale again to a forward fold. Make sure you're not locking out your knees. Inhale again, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands back to the front of your mat. And we'll meet in high plank. High plank is just like tabletop in that our joints of our arm are stacked, but our heels now are pressing back towards the back of the mat. Just as we did in our tabletop, become strong here. Pelvis slightly tilts under. Our heels are pressing back. There's a straight line from our heels to our head. On an exhale, back to downward facing dog. Hips come up. Flat from the hips to the fingertips. Either straight legs or bent legs. On an inhale, bring your right leg high for three-legged dog. And as you exhale, lower your foot right back down. Again, inhale, three-legged dog, right foot rises. Exhale, bring it right back down where it came from. This is where we're bringing the heart rate up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee towards your chest and let it land between your hands for a low lunge. Become stable in this low lunge. Your knee is over your ankle. Your hips are strong and aligned with one another. And you're grounding down through your left foot as well. On an inhale, we're going to come back to three-legged dog. Bring your right foot high. And exhale, and let it lower down. One breath here in this downward facing dog. And on your inhale, bring your left foot high. Exhale, ride it back down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the foot high. And as you exhale, bring your knee towards your chest. Come down to this low lunge. As we did on the other leg, check in that your knee is over your ankle, that your right heel is coming back, that you're strong here. and that you're still connected to your breath. If at any point you lose your connection to your breath, you're welcome to come down in child's pose or just recognize it and find it. On an inhale, left foot will come high. Exhale, foot lowers down. One round of breath here in downward facing dog. As you inhale, bring your right foot up. Exhale, low lunge. Become strong in this low lunge. Find that strength. And as you inhale, come up to crescent lunge. Fingers are pointing up above you. Your left hip comes slightly forward. Your right comes slightly back. Stand tall through your upper body. And as you exhale, lower back down to low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog, right foot high. Exhale, downward facing dog. One round of breath here. Then we'll inhale to bring the left foot high. And exhale to come to low lunge. Once you're strong in your low lunge, follow an inhale to bring it up. Right hip comes forward, left comes back. Hips are aligned at the front of your mat. Fingers are pointing right up towards the ceiling. Inhale to stand tall in your upper body. And exhale down to low lunge. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, lower it down. Come to child's pose, knees wide, toes together, arms extended long in front of us, third eye to the mat. Check in with your breath here. Allow this to be a moment where you deepen your connection to your breath. Allow this to be a moment where you deepen your connection to the ground below you. On an inhale, we'll come back up to tabletop position. Exhale here. Inhale to high plank. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot up, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. And exhale, open up to warrior two. Left foot rotates to the long side of your mat. Right foot is towards the short end. Your right knee is over your right ankle. Your chest is spread wide. And then you look over your middle finger of your right hand. Stay connected to your breath here. Right hand lifts, left hand lowers. Be strong in your left foot. Ground down through the knife edge of your back foot. Let your hand rise higher. And on an inhale, we're going to cartwheel our arms, windmill them down to low lunge. Exhale here. Inhale, three-legged dog, right foot up. Exhale, bring it down. One round of breath here before we move on. Not much left of this strenuous part of the practice. Inhale, left foot comes up. And exhale, a little lunge. Inhale right up to crescent lunge. And exhale to open up to warrior two. So left foot is toward the short end of the mat, right is perpendicular to it, towards the long end of the mat. And as you're ready, left hand comes up, right comes down. And you look up towards the lifted hand. Allow it to lift up higher. And as you're ready, windmill your arms down. On an inhale, bring your left foot up. Exhale, bring it back down. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to high plank. And if your body allows, come down to forearm plank. If your body does not allow, please either stay in tabletop, come down to child's pose. If you're here with me, we won't be here long, but this is how we build the core stability that we need for poses like we were just in. Have your arms either in the shape of an 11, parallel to one another, or you bring your hands together. Flat line from your hips to your head, 20 more seconds. Use your breath to get through here. Strengthen your connection here. 10 seconds. You got this, stick with it. 5 seconds. Back up to high plank. And as you exhale, slowly, as slow as you can, like a board, come down to your belly. Hands will stay next to your chest. And on an inhale, lift up your chest, shoulders back for cobra. Exhale, allow your head to come down. Inhale again to cobra. Toes together, pressing into the mat so your knees lift up. Exhale down. One more cobra, lifting up higher here. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, lower down. Left ear to the mat, look to the right. Hands at your side, palms to the ceiling. Allow yourself to melt into your mat here. Chin will come back to the mat as our arms come out from our shoulders to a T. Toes still are together. On an inhale, we lift our feet, we lift our arms, we lift our chest, we lift our knees. Hold here for the exhale. Couple more breaths, lift up higher. Again, inhale, lift up a bit higher. And release. Looking to the left, right ear down. Hands at your side, palms up. Let yourself melt into the ground below you. Check in that your shoulders have lowered down to the mat too, that they're not holding tension. Chin will come back to the mat as we interlace our hands at our tailbone. On an inhale, similar to as we did before, inhale, feet up, chest up. Exhale here. And as you inhale to lift up higher, lift your hands off your lower back. One more breath here. Then release. Left ear to the mat, look to the right. On that first exhale, when you come down, let it lower you directly into your mount. Chin comes back to the mat. Last of our spine strengthening series is floor bow. Bend at your knees and grab for your feet. This is another one that might not work for everyone's body. So no one knows your body like you do. Be careful. Knees stay close together, about hip width distance at furthest. And on this one, we lift on an exhale. So all together here on the mat, we'll inhale and exhale, lift by kicking your feet into your hands, surrendering your shoulders, and lifting up. Couple of breaths here. Press your feet further into your hands. Surrender your shoulders. And release. Let go. Come down. Right ear to the mat, look to the left. Let's roll over onto our backs. Coming onto your back, take a moment in the full body stretch. Stretching your hands above your head, your toes long. And on an exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest, reach for them, give them a squeeze towards you. Squeezing your knees towards each other and towards you. Then allow your left foot to come long as your right knee stays in towards your shoulder, in towards your body. We're moving towards supine twist. Those of you that have practiced in the Sunday night class know sometimes we'll use pillows or blocks, whatever props. So if you have them around, grab them for this. Find an interlaced grip just below your knee. As you do, then guide your knee up towards your right shoulder. Your thighs coming alongside your torso. And your exhales are what help guide your knee back. Gently press into your left heel, your heel that's into the ground. Flex your toes back towards you and see if that gives you a little bit more room. We're getting deep into the hips here, so be gentle with yourself. We hold a lot of emotions here. Couple more breaths, guiding your knee back towards your shoulder. Feel the sensation of how the exhales can guide you. As you're ready, please take your left hand to your right knee. Bring your right arm directly out from your shoulder, like half of a T. Now guide your knee across your body using your left hand. Guide your right knee across. As you bring it across, shimmy your left hip closer to the center of the mat so that your hips can stack. If you have props, here's the point where you'll want to put them underneath your knee to make this a bit of a supported supine twist. We're looking up towards the ceiling or the sky, or out towards our extended arm. Checking that your right hip is directly over your left. And here in these supine twists, we have no connection, emotional connection to how far our knee goes. We let it be restorative. And we use our breath, and again, our exhales to deepen the twist. So together with me, on an exhale, pull your belly button towards your spine and see what that does for your twist. 3 to 5 more breaths here. This is the point in the class where we're turning it down. Let these longer holds be a place where you deepen your connection with your breath, where you deepen your connection to calm. Once you're ready, not a second sooner, guide your knee back towards your shoulder with the help of your hand. And then find again the same interlace grip just below your right knee. And as we did before, let your exhale guide your knee back towards your right shoulder. Another breath here. Inhale. Exhale as your knee travels a bit closer towards your shoulder. As you inhale, bring your left knee up. Left knee comes up towards your left shoulder. When we grab for each knee, or each leg just below the knee, as we take a moment to gently pull both knees back towards our shoulders. As you're ready, your right leg can extend long. And you'll find the same interlace grip we had on the other side, now just below the left knee. Allowing the left knee to take its time and just slowly follow the exhales up towards your left shoulder. Hips are flat, shoulders are flat. As we did on the other side, feel the sensation of pressing your right heel slightly into the mat as you flex your toes back towards your face. And again, follow the exhale. Bring your knee closer to your shoulder. If you used a prop on the other side, you can now grab for it and bring it to the right side of your mat. And as you're ready, right hand comes to your left knee. Your left arm extends out from the shoulder as your right hand then guides your left knee across your body. Remember, as it does, we shimmy our hip closer to the center of the mat so our hips can stack. Stacking our joints is how we protect our body in yoga. And the knee comes across and onto our prop. Maybe no prop is what works best for you tonight. Always in supine twist, we want to have flat shoulders. That's what creates this twist. And we're looking up towards the ceiling or the sky, or out towards our left arm. Again here, feel the sensation on an exhale of pulling your belly button in towards your spine. See what that does for the twist. See what it does for sensation. At least 3 more breaths here. And again, as you're ready, at your pace, you can guide your knee back towards your left shoulder, finding the same grip we had before. And follow the exhale to bring it back a bit closer to your shoulder this time. Remember, we're bringing the thigh alongside the torso, not directly up towards the heart. Right heel is into the mat, toes are flexing back. And we feel the sensation of riding the exhale. As you inhale, your right knee can come up towards your right shoulder again. We grab just below the knee on each leg. We use an exhale to gently pull our knees back towards our shoulders. Take your hands to the outside of your knees and lovingly press them together. Then extend them long. We're going to roll over onto our bellies in a prone position for the intense shoulder stretch that some of you may know, some of you may not. This is another one that we need to be careful of our bodies. If you've never done this before, please make sure to look at me before you get into it. I'll be very clear with my words of how we do this. Your right arm will extend directly out from your shoulder. Your left hand will be directly next to the side of your chest, the left side of your chest. What we do here, it's a 3-step process. First is we press our right shoulder into the mat. Second is we use our left hand to guide our left shoulder up. Third is our left foot lands behind our right leg. You will feel instantly that you are in this pose. I will show you again by coming from this prone position. Right arm comes directly out. Left hand is directly next to the left side of my chest. If you have traction of your floor, that helps to pull the hand towards you as you press your right shoulder in. But step 1 is shoulder presses into the mat. Step 2 is your other shoulder lifts with the guidance and support of your left hand. Third is that your left foot lands on the ground with your left knee bent. We hold a lot of our stressors in our shoulders. Take an exhale to release some of that. A big factor of what we're trying to do here with these Sunday night classes is going to Monday with a centered state of being and not more stress than we need. We always make time for 2 rounds of this position. So as you're ready, be real gentle, allowing your left side of your chest to lower down, coming back to this prone position, then bring your right hand in towards your chest. Bring your left hand out to a T. As we did on the other side, shoulder in, shoulder up, bend at the knee, foot down. I like to come up onto my fingertips when I'm in these positions or in this intense shoulder stretch. Perhaps you have something that you like to add. On the next round, we'll have more of an opportunity. Really, I just want you to feel this position here, because the second round is when our body knows where we're going. As you're ready, gently let your right side of your chest lower down. In the second round, be even slower when you come out of it, okay? Left hand comes in, right arm comes out. 3 steps, shoulder in, shoulder up, foot down. Here is where I really welcome you to find something that feels good to you to add in here. Sometimes it feels nice to bring the arm directly up as you press your shoulder further into the mat. Or maybe it feels good to bring your hand to your hip as you then pull your left shoulder back. Or maybe you want to do what I did on the other side or on the first round, just being on your fingertips. Let these longer holds be a time when you deepen into this state of calm. When you practice the act of letting something that comes to you, a thought that comes to you, make its way with your exhales. Keep your right arm active here. So continue to press your right shoulder into the mat. Keep your palm flat to the ground. And use your breath to let something go. Once you're ready, not a second sooner, you may come out of this by slowly, very slowly allowing the left side of your chest to come down. And then bringing your right hand in, your left arm out. 3 steps. Left shoulder in, right shoulder up, right foot down. When we have 2 sides in yoga, we try to do the same variation on the same side. So if you brought your arm up, perpendicular to your mat, or if you brought it to your hip, or we're up on your fingertips, whatever you did on the other side, match it here. And just like on the other side, we're keeping our left arm active. Perhaps you want to move the placement of your foot. See if that feels good. As we talked about in class last week, sometimes it can be hard to consciously let things go. The wonder of yoga is our exhales can take care of it. For those of you that weren't watching, I'll quickly share that in my own practice recently, I've welcomed in the phrase, and it's a bit of a mantra, I am now letting go of anything that no longer serves me. That helps me not have to bring that stressor, that person, that place or thing onto my mat with me. I know that I'm releasing all that I don't need. Couple more breaths here. If you haven't already, or even if you have, lower your center of gravity down into your side body, into your shoulder. Just by visualizing yourself lowering down. Any sounds of your town or your city around you need not distract you. You have the sound of your breath to guide you. Once you're ready, you're welcome to bring the right side of your chest down. We were here for a while, so be very gentle as you do so. Lowering down to this supine position, or this prone position, and then coming over, rolling over to supine. Again, a long, full body stretch. And on an exhale, knees come in towards your chest. Grab for somewhere outside your shins, or grabbing for each individual shin as you use your breath to guide your knees in towards you. With each breath, bring your knees closer together and closer towards you. One more breath as such. As you inhale, bring your forehead up to meet your knees. Squeeze as tight as you can. And exhale to our final resting pose, Shavasana. Feet are as wide or wider than the mat. Your toes fall out to the side. Your hands are up towards the ceiling. And all together, let's have one last conscious breath so that we can relax further. So exhale everything out. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Let pressure build up a little bit. Let it pick up anything you don't need. Once you're uncomfortable, exhale through your mouth. And now just be. No more need to control your breath. Just let it be calm. But do yourself the favor of being as still as you can. This is the magic of yoga. This is when all of that fresh blood that you just created is now flowing throughout your entire body. I will guide you out when we're done. You're welcome to stay here as long as you want. It's one of the joys of practicing at home. If you're moving on with your evening, begin to find slight movement in your fingers. Begin to wiggle your toes. Moving very slowly. Bring your heels together. Come to a full body stretch. Arms long, toes point. And slowly roll over onto your side, using your bicep as a pillow, knees coming towards you. Take a moment here. So often we rush through this pose. And this is one of the sweetest moments of yoga. At your pace, as you are ready, please meet me in a seated position. A seat of any choice that you're choosing, either on a block or without. We end the class as we started it, with a moment of stillness. 3 easy steps. Find your seat, find stillness, find your focus. As you're ready on an inhale, please bring your hands together at your heart. Exhale to ride your breath down through your whole body, grounding down even further. And all together, we'll take one last breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, thumbs rise between our eyebrows at third eye center. We exhale to bend at the hips, bending forward to seal our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I know that we had some old friends and maybe some new friends watching tonight, so thank you so much. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps me a lot. And next week, we'll be in Denver. The week after, I'll be in Berlin, Germany. I really hope that you'll watch while I'm there. And again, thank you so much to my dear friends, Joe and Jimmy, for hosting me and providing such a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.